So just playing hard with everything I do, having passion, like make sure you're passionate about what you're doing. So that's kind of like what I brought into basketball. Like if I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it right. Like I think that's kind of where I got my mindset from, is like I'm like my biggest critic. So when I do something and people might think it's good, I might think I need to do better.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Beyond the Jersey podcast. Man, I had to work for this episode. I'm not gonna lie. I had to do a lot of texting, a lot of begging, a lot of begging, honestly. But I have Kennedy Smith with me today. Obviously, played with her last year, was her teammate, and I'm just grateful that you came on the podcast today. And
You're making me blush. Like stop. Like
I'm
seriously.
just really grateful because, as you guys know, I'm leaving and I want to bring on teammates and people that I feel like I deserve their flowers. And as I say that, before we start, I love to give you your flowers and tell people about your accolades, because I think everybody knows Kennedy, Ken Dog, the defensive stopper, but she's a dog and she like that, okay? Don't get it messed
Period.
up, okay?
Stop, dude.
So I'm gonna read your accolades real quick, just give you your flowers before we start the interview so people really know who I'm sitting next to, who's in the room with me right now.
Good.
So you're a Gatorade Player of the Year. You averaged 20 points your senior year. Yeah, she was ranked number 6 in the country. Okay, stop playing with her. 3-time All-CIF selection, 2024 Naismith Award semifinalist, McDonald's All-American, 2-time State Open Division Tournament champion, 2024 Max Preps California Player of the Year, won gold medal with Team USA at the 2024 FIBA U18 America Cup, Big Ten All-Freshman. So just give a warm welcome to the Kennedy Smith.
Hi. It's your girl Ken Dog. I'm super excited to be here with Dami, my favorite teammate.
Oh, I got that on camera! We got that on camera! Guys, all the other teammates, don't be mad that I'm her favorite, period. Go ahead.
Like I said.
All right,
but yeah, I'm
anyways.
super excited to be here. Super excited to, get to know what we're talking about. So
Yeah, guys, I had to beg her to come on here because Kennedy's not.
I don't like doing interviews. I don't like doing podcasts. I don't like anybody talking to me.
But it's good to challenge you to get out your comfort zone.
Yeah, Dami thought this was going to be a great opportunity for me to practice my, people skills. So,
period, right?
Okay.
I want people to know where you came from. So what about your childhood? What was your childhood like off the court, before you started playing basketball and everything like that?
My childhood. So I grew up with just my brother RJ. He's 21. We're the closest in age. I have 5 siblings, but we're the closest in age and we live together. But growing up, it was just me, my mom, and my brother. And then my sister was definitely around, but she was older, so she was out the house. So I was really close with my brother just growing up, but he obviously plays basketball as well. So, I was in and out the gym literally all the time, whether it was being at his game. He also did football when he was younger, so I was a little cheerleader for him, for Pop Warner. So my childhood was really just consisted of basketball for real. Anything activities, any thing related to moving around, I was a part of it. I did volleyball, I did cheer, I did gymnastics, I did everything. And then it finally came down to basketball. So
period. How would you describe your family dynamic growing up?
I would say it was I think it was family oriented but very small. My family's really small, but just staying together, communication was a big thing. Just loving one another, that was really the dynamic growing up. So we're very competitive as well.
That's literally what I was about to ask.
Everything was competitive. Me and my brother, oh my gosh, there was times we were playing the game and I would get mad, he would get mad. One time he gave me a bloody nose.
No way.
We was playing and then it just gets so serious because it's really like that.
Can you tell the people who your brother is, where he's playing now, kind of give a rundown of who he is?
So my brother's RJ Smith Jr. He went to Colorado last year, but he just transferred to DePaul.
Period.
So he's going into his junior year. So yeah, he's 21. Think he grown, but he not. But that's my dog. So yeah.
So that's the question I want to follow up with that. When it comes to who's the competitive household, were you quietly competitive, or you were loud and rambunctious?
No, I'm
rambunctious
loud.
with it.
I'm gonna let you know that I won.
Right.
But when I lose, I'm a sore loser because why am I losing? So that's how really.
I know he didn't
went.
like that either.
No, we're literally the same. It's crazy how we're
He's
the same.
the male version.
Yes, and everybody say that too. Everybody say we have the same mannerisms when we run.
Y'all look like
And we
twins.
don't look
Yeah.
alike. I don't
Yes,
see
y'all
it.
do.
Everybody say we look like. I don't look like him. If anything, he look like me. So
Period. Okay.
yeah.
Anyways, shout out to RJ.
Yeah.
Anyways, so what was your first memory of playing basketball?
Oh gosh.
If you could remember.
Basketball.
She's a little challenged memory.
I do got short-term memory
Yo, her
loss.
memory is
bro,
terrible.
It's so bad.
So bad.
It's so bad. But it will probably be when I was playing with the boys. I played with like boys and girls like growing up when I was younger. But I think I was playing like I was like 11 playing 13U, and it was my brother's AU team. And I just remember, being the tallest one, even though I was the girl. So I was just like blown from that.
Right.
So like I was playing like the post. Like I was the big. Like
no way.
I was the big growing up.
On a guys.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like, why am I taller than you boys? And you're literally 2 years older than me too. Like, so I don't know. I guess I was just gifted. I don't know what you want to call it, but yeah, I would say just like in that era. I mean, I didn't like really like playing with boys, but I feel like that kind of made me the person and player that I am today.
Facts. I feel like when you grow up playing with guys,
Yeah.
it just builds like a toughness.
Yes.
So when you play with girls, it's like, girl, what you
get into get your game up.
Yeah,
like
get
that's
in the weight room.
Like yeah.
No, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So, you mentioned like, you play with your brother and stuff like that. Was it your brother who introduced you to basketball or? Yeah.
I mean, my mom and my dad both play basketball, but it was really just my brother just growing up in the gym, watching him practice and stuff, like having to be in the gym. And I really didn't even like basketball till like 8th grade for real. I was just playing it because like people would say I was good and tall and like I could use it, get somewhere with it. So that's why I really started playing. And I kind of feel like I was a little forced, but now like I like playing the game. So yeah.
Period. What were some of the like kind of lessons that your parents instilled? Because you said they both play basketball. So what were some of the things that they instilled to you early? Even if at the time you didn't realize it was teaching you lessons about basketball, just life, but things that you learned that you kind of carried on with you as you grew up.
I would say my mom always told me like whatever I do it to like my best ability. So just playing hard with everything I do, having passion, like make sure you're passionate about what you're doing. So that's kind of like what I brought into basketball. Like if I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it right. Like I think that's kind of where I got my mindset from, is like I'm like my biggest critic. So when I do something and people might think it's good, I might think I need to do better. Like, so it's like that. But I'm just really hard on myself. But just being passionate about what I do is I think something my mom has installed in me.
Period. Shout out to Monica.
Miss Monica.
So I know, I mean, I'm not from California, but I know like basketball in California, especially the girls' side, is really big. You went to Etiwanda, you chose Etiwanda. Was there any other high schools that you were deciding to go to? Because I know there's like Centennial, right? And then Etiwanda and some other really big schools around your area. So what was it like choosing a high school to go to, and what kind of went into those decisions as you're looking to, pursue your high school career and make sure that you're set up for success?
So coming into high school, like I used to live in Chino, and there was like no good high schools in Chino. Like I wasn't gonna like get no type of exposure anywhere. So then I met my high school coach, Coach Stan DeLuce, and he introduced me to Etiwanda because that's where he was coaching at, and he kind of like took me under his wing, and I actually moved closer to Etiwanda, which is like 20 minutes difference, but I moved closer to Etiwanda and started playing there. It wasn't really a hard decision. I just knew it was gonna be good competition and good bump for me to like get better. Even as a freshman, like having good competition is good, so you like know what to expect like going in some more years in high school. So like that was good, and I actually played against like Kiki and stuff when I was a freshman. She was a senior.
How much did she give y'all?
How much did I get then?
I'm
just kidding. No, but Kiki was that girl. It was like Kiki. There's another girl from Stanford. I think her name was Brooke Dimitri. Jada Curry. I still London
is that
too.
One of them modern day?
Yeah, modern day. So I was like playing in the top division, like even coming into high school. So that was something different. And at the time, like I didn't know how good I actually was. So I was just playing, and like I don't want to say I was the best person on my team as a freshman, but like it was like kind of that type of situation.
You could see your talent in comparison.
Yeah, exactly. Like I had a big role as a freshman is what I'm trying to say. And then coming in like my sophomore, junior, senior year, like I obviously had help, and we did all the accolades like you named, like with like Gatorade Player of the Year. Like that wouldn't have happened with like just a competition and then like, work ethic that I put into like it. But yeah, I think Etiwanda was definitely the good choice, and it was in the IE, and that's where I'm from. So yeah.
Rep your city, bro.
Yeah.
So to backtrack just a little bit into your high school career, or as we like walk through your high school career, So you mentioned you were starting to take basketball serious and things like that. When you first got to high school, I could imagine going from middle school to high school, there is a level of competition. Especially you
Mhm.
mentioned you're going against some of the top players in the country that are
Mhm.
seniors. Did you ever feel like you had something to prove, or were you really just going into blindly, just trying to like you just kind of like, well, it is what it is, or
Mhm.
did you have like, nah, I want to show that I'm one of the
Yeah.
best players
Yeah, for
as a
sure.
freshman?
I think that I wanted to show, like, what I could do even to myself, like, for myself. Like,
Mm,
I wanted just to, you know, prove people that, like, I'm not just tall, like, I can do more than just being tall and being good at the sport. So, like, I kinda, like I said, took pride in, like, what I did, and I know people say, like, I'm defensive stopper, this, that, and the third. Like, I really didn't even know my defensive identity until, like, senior year. Like, I really
really?
yeah, like, I really didn't, like
What? Like, did you not lock in, or you just that was never like what you?
it never was, like, what I focused on. Like, I
Wow.
don't know, like, cause like I said, like, in, like, 7th, 8th grade, like, I was, like, a 4 or 5, like, I
Yeah,
was
I
a
remember you
4,
telling
like,
me
I
that.
was,
Yeah.
like, still taller than everybody, so, like,
Mhm.
coming into, like, to high school, like, I'm only 6 foot, like, I wasn't about to be no big in high
Yeah,
school,
yeah,
so
yeah, yeah.
I obviously had to get in the gym and work on, like, my guard skills and stuff of that nature, so when it got to that point, it just worked out in my favor,
Wow,
so,
that's crazy. Cause
yeah.
y'all, I mean, if y'all watched any games and y'all watch basketball, you know basketball. And I'm saying this on camera. When we would practice, if Kennedy was guarding me, okay, it wasn't a seatbelt, it wasn't lockup, but I had to think. I for sure had to think when you were guarding
Mhm,
me. All I know is that she would get me better as a player. So
and that's the goal,
yeah,
like,
I ain't trying to
yeah.
learn for sure, but that's crazy because I feel like I don't know why, but I always thought defense was a part of you. Like
Mhm,
to me, if I watch when I watched you play, especially when you first got here, I'm like, okay,
mhm,
like that's something she's always had in her
mhm,
arsenal. You know what I'm
mhm,
saying? But it's just it
mhm,
emphasized more when you get to college because you
yeah,
have to play certain roles or whatever. But
exactly.
that's wow.
Yeah, I don't know. My mindset with defense is just like, I don't want you scoring on me. Like,
Right.
you're not about to score me because then you have a one up on me, and that's no, because that's not gonna
This is not
happen. So
about to
then I sit
happen.
down on you, and then boom.
So, what changed from your freshman year to senior year? Like, I could imagine there's a lot of ups and downs that you went through and things
Mhm,
like that. And as you started to get more on the national level and like seen nationally and ranked and all that, what changed in you as a person from when you first stepped on campus at Etiwanda to like toward your senior year?
I think just confidence. I mean, like during my freshman year, like I really didn't have the confidence to like shoot a three or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
But going into my senior year, I definitely had the confidence. Like it's like repetition. Like basketball is literally like a mental game. So if you're not taking like pride or like doing like the things that you work on in training, like it's not really gonna help you. So just confidence in my part. And I also felt like my senior year and junior year when I like started getting that attention and like rankings and stuff, I felt like I had something to prove, so I feel
Mm,
like that was something that really like got to me, and that was like a mental thing for me as well. Like in my junior and senior year, was just
mm-hmm.
like feeling like, cause I didn't have like clout, like I didn't have like all these followers and like people going over on being on overtime and stuff. Like I never did none of that. Like,
Right.
and I was like number 6, which is pretty high. Like I didn't have like that status,
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
feel
Yeah.
like.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just felt like I had to prove myself that like I'm worth being.
That
I was
highly
listening to a lot
ranked.
of outside opinions too as
Yeah.
well. So that was kind of hard. Also my recruiting process too. So it was just hard. Like that was the main thing. Is just having confidence. Knowing that I can do it. Like I trained to do this.
Mm-hmm.
So just having confidence in myself is something that was like the difference.
So how did you balance? Because I imagine like being, you're in LA, you're
Mhm.
from Cali or whatever, and you're ranked so high, and you're being nationally known, and obviously you mentioned you didn't have the clout or whatever, but I could still imagine like there's still a level of you had national attention regardless. How did you
Mhm.
balance like being a teenager and still having fun, enjoying yourself while trying to pursue? Because you said like you had something to prove, so it's like
Mhm.
in the back of your mind you want to go have fun maybe, but then you're like, well, I got to go work out. Like, how did you
Mhm.
balance that? Because I can imagine that's a lot what a lot of people struggle with. How do I
Mhm.
what's the line between enjoying yourself
Mhm.
but then also pursuing trying to prove yourself, or even
Mhm.
if someone's unranked trying
Yeah.
to get that on that
Mhm.
national stage?
I mean, at the end of the day, like in high school, like you're still a kid. Like my mom always told you, you have to enjoy like
Mm,
your high school years, like live your life. Like basketball is not like you're not basketball. Like you're doing like something for
for
basketball. Like
sure.
you're not like stuck at one thing. Like you're not like you're not basketball. So you have to like my mom always talked about thinking outside of basketball. Like what if the ball goes flat? Like what are you gonna do? Like
Mhm.
so that stuff like I kind of started thinking about when I was like in high school and stuff of that nature. So, yeah, I mean, I didn't really go out or anything like that in high school either. Like, I'm still like a homebody to this day, but I obviously like had my friends and went out. Like, it was a balance, but I think
Mhm.
it's easy to manage. Like, I know. another mindset that I have is like, if I'm not working out, then I'm not getting better. Like that's
Right.
something I would say, but like you are getting better though at the same time. So it's
Mhm.
just like it's a mental thing. You gotta like know like your limits and like,
Mhm.
you know.
Yeah. You mentioned, like, before you said, when you first your freshman year, you felt you could see, like, that you were like, more a little bit more talented than your
Mhm.
peers. I could imagine, like, especially as years go on and you keep
Mhm.
improving, you get on the national stage, you're highly ranked.
Mhm.
Did you ever feel like a sense of isolation from your peers? Because I mean, I could imagine your teammates are still
Mhm.
good players and things
Mhm.
like that. Not to take anything away from your teammates, but you were one of the best players, if
Mhm.
not the best player in
Mhm.
California. So, was there any type of isolation or you felt misunderstood by your peers maybe, or maybe even friends because
Mhm.
you're so focused on your a goal and goal in mind
Mhm.
and you're trying to, like you said, prioritize the right things, still have
Yeah.
fun. Like, so
Mhm.
did you ever feel like isolation or misunderstood?
I never felt like an isolation because I feel like the type of like player and person that I am is very like unselfish. Like
Mhm.
I would rather make the one more than taking like another shot, and that's something that I kind of pride myself on. Even like now, it's just like getting my teammates involved. Like
Right.
having the name that I had in high school is like some of my teammates didn't have. Like it wasn't like they had a big status like me. So
Mhm.
I literally told them like use the college coaches coming to practice
For
as
you,
an opportunity for
yes,
you to
yes.
like play your hardest in practice all the
Showcase
time so you
yourself,
can
yeah.
showcase yourself. Like even though they're coming to watch me, if you're doing something like excellent, they can like college is connections. Like even if they don't want you, they can call somebody else. Like
Mhm.
it's connection. So like I always used to tell my teammates just like go hard at like whatever you do. Like
Mhm.
because they're not just here to see me. Like I'm not the only person practicing. So
Mhm.
yeah.
Where did you, like, learn that humility? Because I mean, I think a lot of people, if they get, top ranked player in the
Mhm.
country or the best player,
Mhm.
best player, it's like, all right, it's like my show. Like,
Mhm.
where did you learn that humility from to even acknowledge the fact, like, yeah, I'm getting a lot of offers, I'm getting a lot of attention, and to even vocalize that to your team is like, hey, I still want you to do well too. Like, this is
Yeah.
not just my show. Like, where
Yeah.
did you learn? Because I'm not gonna lie to you, like, that's something I realized with you early on. I didn't know how you were gonna be as a person because
Mhm.
obviously I didn't know you, right? Because I
Yeah.
knew you're coming in, you're the best player
Mhm.
in the state. So I was like, I wonder how, like, how her personality, and then when I met you, I was, like, totally shocked. I was like, "She is not at all what I expected her to be,"
Everybody
like,
thinks like I'm so mean or like
yeah, like,
so
well, it's
like
just
stuck
like
up. I don't
it's
know.
the RBF.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, it's
what
the
I get a
RBF.
lot. But I'm really like bubbly. Like
Yeah, yeah,
I'm
you're,
really
like, the
goofy.
total opposite. Like, when I say total opposite of what I was expecting her
I'm a
to
little
be.
crazy. Like
Yeah, she's a little crazy. Anyways, but yeah, so yeah, well, like, where did you, like, learn that humility piece? Because that's
Mhm,
a pretty unique characteristic to have, even in
mhm,
high school, to recognize
mhm.
that. Yeah.
I would say just like my parents, like just the way I grew up, way I was raised, like I never was the type of person to be selfish about anything. Like even
Mhm.
like if it's a little thing, like with my brother, like he would ask me, "Oh, can I have some of your food?" Like I'm just gonna give it. Like it's not always about one person. Like I always want to think about the next person, what I can do to make somebody day better or anything of that nature. Like I don't know if it was kind of just like a self thing that just like I feel like was installed in me, but yeah, I just grew up always
I
like
love that.
you know
Yeah.
thinking about somebody else.
Yeah. Was there ever was there ever a moment in high school where you question, like, who you were outside of basketball? Because I could listen, playing a
Bruh,
sport is tough, especially when you're at that top,
draining,
you
yes.
know? So do you have any memories or any moments in your high school career where you're like, "Who am I? Like, what am I doing?" Like.
I think my senior year was really hard for me, like, from beginning to end, just based off, like, we were going to national tournaments, like, I had to keep in my grades, like, I was, like, a
Mm,
4.0 student, like, all throughout high school, so just keeping
mhm.
that while traveling for McDonald's All American and this, that, and the third, like, it was hard for me to, like, maintain, but,
Mhm.
like, I don't know, it was hard, but yeah, I forgot the question.
It's okay. It kinda it's okay because this next question is gonna help bring out what that last question might have should have done.
Yeah.
Anyways, did you ever have, like, a low point in high school
Mm.
where, yeah, see?
Yeah, that was the
You see where I'm going? Did you
question.
did you ever have a low moment in high school where it, like, helped shape, like, your resilience,
Mhm.
for your personality and your characteristic and your character?
Yeah, I think also, like, my senior year, a lot
Yeah.
happened in my senior year, like, I didn't know, like I was so focused on, like I said earlier, proving my point. So,
Mm.
proving my point for being, like, number 6 in the nation that, like, I only did basketball, like, I didn't know what I wanted to do outside of basketball, like, going
Mhm.
into college, I needed to know a degree, I didn't know who I was, like,
Mhm.
I didn't know what hobbies I liked, like, that was really hard for me, like, I felt like I didn't know who I was as a person. So it was just hard for me to like navigate through that. And then on top of that, like towards the end of my senior season, I feel like I wasn't, like I said earlier, I'm my biggest critic. So I feel like I wasn't at my like top par in like my in the basketball aspect. So like I'm really hard on myself. So that was also hard for me. Like me being hard on myself is not gonna do anything. And then plus listening to outside, like that was one thing I always listened to the outside
That's
people,
really
like
tough.
opinions, like social media, like that really got to me as well. So that was hard for me. But I would say my senior year like was a little bit of a low point. But other than that, like it
Which
was
is
pretty
insane though. Because
yeah.
your senior was like
Good. It
accolade
was
after it
good.
was
Yeah, it was
you
good. But
like wait,
like
let's go back. Let's look at the accolades. You know what I'm saying? Like if you really think
yeah.
about it though, like that's it's crazy how you could be so up in your head and you still accomplish like some of the goals that you had out for yourself
Yeah,
and you did that and
exactly.
it's like all because you're so hard on yourself and mentally like you can be your worst critic that it's like it was probably hard to even just appreciate like
Yeah.
yo like I'm best player in California like I'm going to a great school like McDonald's All-American finishing senior out like strong and stuff like that so
Exactly.
how are you working on that now? Because we've had a lot of talk.
Oh
Listen,
my god.
I remember what trip was it? Indiana.
Yeah, it was one of them
Yeah,
trips.
Indiana. And when we was roommates that one time, we was
Yeah.
roommates once. No, twice.
Yeah.
We was roommates twice, but when I tell you we had a long conversation.
We was chopping it up. But yeah, I think I don't even know. Like I started journaling.
It's a work in progress.
Yeah, I started journaling and just trying to like stay out of my head and stuff of that nature. Try to think more on the positive side than like the what if or what if this happens. What if like no, like you can't
like not
think
trying
ahead,
to
like,
predict the future.
leaving the day, like living the moment, like type. So that's what I've been trying to do.
Yeah. So one last question, and we're gonna transition to your college career. You know what I'm saying? Your freshman year, but. What would you say if a girl was to ask you, a young girl was like, how did you stay at the top of your game throughout high school? How did you stay at the top of the class? What would you say that it takes mentally and emotionally, even physically, to stay at the top of your game and just be at the top of those rankings?
I would say consistency and like worth ethic. I feel like you have to. I feel like you have to know like what you want, and when you know what you want, like just go get it. Like you can do anything you put your mind to, like literally anything. And maybe I should be taking my own advice, but literally like you can do anything you put your mind to. Like nothing is impossible. Like if you keep working towards something and like consistently, like it's gonna like days gonna stack, like it's gonna start to show.
That's dimes. Anyways, okay. So as we transition into your freshman year at USC,
wow. That's crazy. It already ended. That's crazy.
I know. I feel like you just started.
Yeah.
What was going through your mind like the day before you arrived on campus?
Girl.
Give us the rundown what you was thinking or how you was feeling too.
I didn't even know how to feel. Like I just knew it was the next level. It was a lot of good girls. I was coming from playing at USA, so I was already late to like summer workouts.
You did.
Like I missed like the beginning half of summer workout, so I'm like everybody already has a 1-up. Like they already did the weights. They already like got to a little cohesion. So I was just like first summer workout, I was like nervous. Like I was like didn't want to do nothing wrong. Like I didn't want to do the wrong thing.
You didn't want to make a mistake.
Yeah, like I didn't want to make a mistake. So I was like nervous. Like I didn't want to go on the court if somebody like how we did the drills where it was like 5 go on and then there'd be like 8 people go on and then you have to wait. Like I would be quick to get off that court. Like I'm not about to like But yeah, I was nervous to sum it up.
So so you obviously finished had a great senior year.
Yeah.
Even though you didn't think you did. You had an amazing senior year.
Yeah.
And all these accolades, do you feel like that added pressure when you came in? Because it's just like, okay, let's see let's see who this girl, you know what I'm saying? Did you feel that internal pressure yourself?
Yes. Cause I know like the previous class, like 2023 class, like Juju and like they had an they had an amazing like freshman college year. So I'm like, okay, this next class about to come in, like I'm top like 5, top 6, like I need to like do something, like prove something. So I didn't want to like, I don't know, like I was just nervous about the whole thing. Like I didn't want to do anything wrong. I didn't want to, it was just a lot of like in my head.
Yeah.
So
you do that a lot, yeah. So what were your first thoughts when you walked into the locker room with everybody in there for the first time?
The energy was great. Like I was loving everybody. Like the energy was great. Like I knew some of the girls already. Like I knew Rhea. because
Yeah.
I played against her too. And
Mhm.
when I was a freshman and stuff like
Kiki,
that,
you played
I
against
knew Kiki.
There's
Yeah.
a bunch of people from LA on the team.
Exactly.
So it was
Like Heckle, I just played USA with her, so like I
Okay,
knew
okay,
her.
okay, yeah.
Avery, I was at McDonald's with her. Like, so it was like I kind of Juju played against her since I was like in 5th grade. Like, so like I knew people. Like,
Mhm.
so it was like cool. Like it was like already like family vibes. Like I felt like this team had a lot of cohesion
Mhm.
this year.
Right. Okay, was there was there an early moment where you felt like, dang, this is a whole new level? And I think I have an idea when that moment was, but I want
Oh,
to
stop, because my memory's bad. So you probably think of something else.
them 22s.
Oh my gosh.
Them 22s.
Oh
and
my
you was
gosh,
like,
yes.
oh, this is college.
The
Welcome
difference.
to college.
Well, first of all, I hate the weight room. If you know me, you know I hate the weight room. Like I hate anything associated with doing lifting. I don't do that. Like
You
and
do that, but you just
okay. I
right.
don't want to do that.
Okay.
You know, but that and conditioning, like in high
Don't
school,
don't go well together for Kennedy.
in high school, like we conditioned. But it was not like no conditioning testing. So you have like in college, you have to make that time.
Yeah,
Or
or you
it's
have to do it
consequences.
again.
Yeah. So it's
Okay,
like
well, tell them about your first memory of 22s. What you remember? How many did we do? 6?
it was like 6.
Okay,
Yes.
tell them about that.
So, well, first of all, like I said, I was late to the summer stuff. So they had already started. Like I didn't know what a 22 was. Like I didn't know any like.
I remember we was explaining locker room. You was like,
What exactly? Because I didn't know what a 22 was. I didn't know what like no. So when we like.
oh, slow down. slow down, buddy. The mic ain't going nowhere. The mic ain't going nowhere, bro. Like,
oh gosh,
slow
I'm
down,
sorry.
bro.
Wait, what? Don't do that, because you know I got a little stutter problem. Don't do that.
Bro, so when you looked at me, you was waiting for me to say
Oh
something.
my god. Hey, sorry. Where was
Okay,
I?
go ahead.
When we got to the court, when we got to the practice court to do the running, I didn't know we were doing 22s at the time. Then she explained it. So then I was
Wait,
like,
you didn't
damn.
know you didn't know in the locker room we didn't say nothing?
No, I didn't know. I just knew we were doing
Oh.
conditioning.
Oh.
Like,
Oh.
so it was the day we did 22. So we're doing it. I think I was like 2 in. My thighs were starting to burn already. Like, I was like, no.
We said we have 4 more.
We have 4 more. We weren't even halfway through, and like my thighs are burning. And it's like you have to make your time. Like, and if you don't, Otto was on that little
On that line,
on that
watching them
putting
line,
the X if
yup,
you didn't make that time. So I was down there with the bigs. That's how you know it was bad. I even had a second more, and I still was struggling.
Yeah, because they had to make it in 23. So
Yes.
the post players had to make it 23. The guards had to make it 22.
But at that time, I was a guard. I mean, a big.
Yeah,
I
Kenny had the
didn't
post
care.
player times. Yeah.
I didn't care. But conditioning, yeah, that was bad. Then
Mm-hmm.
it got better. Like when I vividly remember the 12 22s we did. I was like, that was
Yeah,
that
like
was
once
cool.
you start to
like,
yeah,
And then we went to 16, 18. And I was like, no, it got worse again.
and then we got to 20.
I did it, so
Yeah, period. You got through
I
it.
did it.
That's all
but
that
I'm not
matters.
excited to be doing it in a couple weeks. So.
No, I'm telling you, Ken, the second time you do, it's gonna be way better.
And she talking about we going to the sand dunes and Santa Monica stairs and stuff.
Oh, that's fun.
Next question.
Like,
for real.
What would you say was the hardest part about adjusting to the college game?
I would say it was the conditioning and weights part for sure.
Mm-hmm.
That was the hardest part for me.
Yeah, just the
the basketball part. I feel like with playing with boys and stuff, like I could keep with the pace. Like
right.
that was no issue. Like making the right reads. Like I was trying my best.
Mm-hmm.
But the conditioning and weight room part, like that was something I wasn't like doing the right form for the weights and stuff. That was something I wasn't used to.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Was there? You probably would say the same answer to this question, but was there a moment where practice or game or whatever? Actually, no. Yes. Was there a game that completely humbled you? You're like, oh my gosh, like, what is that? If you could remember, probably early in the season. Yeah, maybe. Because you already mentioned like a condition that's like a practice. I would consider that like practice. So was there like a game that you're like, dang.
I want to say UConn. But that's not fair because I was coming back from injury.
But I feel like you played well though. Y'all, she was coming back from injury. First game back, you had to guard Paige, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well explain why. Explain why it humbled you. Like explain what about that game for you personally.
I just felt like UConn was like a very, matured, very responsible, very, knowledgeable team. So like it really had me on my toes. Like you really had to honor that scout that we had.
Right.
So like for each person it's something different, like ice or
Right.
hedge. Like just I feel like I really had to like think that game.
Mm-hmm.
And then and then another game was the Maryland game.
Ooh, but you played.
I played a lot, but that Cheyenne
Cheyenne
Sellers, like
Cheyenne.
she had me on my top. That's the first game I ever found out.
Yeah.
Like so that humbled
Oh, I
me.
remember that.
Yes, girl, I found out. I was like, no, no, I didn't find out. Like,
Yeah, go sit on that bed. No, I'm joking. What's one thing that surprised you about yourself this season in a good way?
Something that surprised me by myself in a good way. I don't know.
Kennedy.
I don't know. Tell me.
Okay, if I have to answer the question for her, I would say as your teammate looking, watching you this season and everything, I think you grew a lot mentally all year. I think you would, especially that first scrimmage.
Oh my God. Okay, that's
you
a
almost
good
crashed
one.
out.
Guys.
Compared to, where we're at.
Being more calm.
Yes, so I think you really improved that because obviously you have the physical capabilities, you have the skill and all that. I think, but mentally, I think you grew a lot just in the ability to just be able to like respond in next play. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
Like,
yeah.
so.
Okay, I could say that.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's probably be like number 3, but I don't know what 1 and 2 is. But yeah.
Okay, was there a moment in the season where you felt like fully confident? Is there a game where you like, yeah, like I'm here? Because I mean, if y'all don't know, you starting like
Yeah.
from jump. So it's like you had a huge role. But I could imagine like, especially as a freshman, right away you don't feel like you belong. You're kind of like you're trying to kind of catch up. But was there a game or turning point where you're like, yeah, like I'm here, and you just want to kind of build off of that?
I'm trying to think of like, cause we played so many games.
Yeah,
like,
you have to kind of
so
recall.
many games. But I know I was feeling really good on that Indiana,
Yes.
Indiana Maryland or Indiana Rutgers,
Indiana.
or was it Indiana
I think
Wisconsin or something. It was the Indiana and
I think it's
that
Indiana
Rutgers.
Rutgers. Yeah,
that
Indiana Rutgers.
game I like
The
that.
Rutgers game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Rutgers game and the Indiana game, I felt like I was like really like
In your groove.
in my groove. Like I can like play, and I feel like kind of Big Ten play too. Like I feel like Big Ten was like good like play for me as well. Like I feel like it was good,
especially
vibe.
because it's like after preseason.
Yeah, so like
and
you're getting the
gotta-
hang of stuff,
Yeah.
like more settled in. Like I feel like the Big Ten run was pretty solid for me.
So I know like freshman year, there's probably a lot of days where you felt, like not yourself. What helped you like kind of bounce back if you had a bad game or if you felt like you felt to yourself that you were underperforming? Like what helped you kind of get back to a space to show up the next day, show up the next game and like perform?
My teammates.
Me? Yeah.
I didn't say you.
Me? Yeah, she said I was her
I'm just
favorite
kidding.
teammate.
But no, like literally all my teammates, like the energy in the locker room was so
good,
great.
so
Like
great.
you can literally talk to anybody about anything. I had conversations with Dom, Kiki, Rhea, AG, the freshman, Avery. Like I talked to like literally everybody. So like just seeing their perspective. And obviously like not everybody on the team was like 100% like best performance ever in every game either. So like just like sharing each other's experience and like being able to like if you're having a bad game, a teammate can make you laugh, make you get out of a funk or whatever that the case may be. Like just my teammates, like this is like that this teammate last year like really made me happy. Like that like
Get emotional.
no, like literally like I like let like they all like everybody had like their own spark. Everybody had their own personality.
Everybody like contributed
yes,
to the team in such a positive
everybody was
way.
pouring into the pot. Like it was great. Like my teammates, yes, were
T. So I know we talked about this like one-on-one before. I just kind of want you to like explain to the people because I don't think people, like I said, if you watch basketball, you know how big of a role you had on our team.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So what was it like, day to day, knowing that you had every game she guarded the best player. Like that was her assignment. Like as a freshman, and like I don't really know any freshmen defensively that have those type of assignments. So what was it like knowing that you had such a big role to play on the team and like your role was like we really depended on you to stop and to make someone else's night like difficult?
I feel like my role was like big and like significant. Obviously coming in as a freshman, like that's a big accomplishment in itself. But also like on the defensive end, like having to guard, like the amount of guards I had to guard this year that were like top of like just women's basketball was like insane.
Mhm.
But like I said, like I pride myself on defense. Like I said earlier, like I don't want you to score on me. And if that's gonna like help our team in any way possible, then I'm gonna pour into that as much as I can. Like even in practices, like going 100% in practice, like
Right.
against the practice players, being ball stopped, like picking up 94 feet, like anything to slow the other team down. Like I'm doing whatever I can to win the game because we don't want to lose. So
Facts.
just doing what I can to help.
So I know we was texting about this a little bit. I texted him like, Kennedy, like,
Oh
yeah, I'm bringing it up. I was like,
okay.
Kenny, like, you wasn't on no defensive teams or nothing like that this year,
Mhm.
and you weren't. So
Mhm.
how does that make you feel?
I mean, I don't want to say that's like disrespectful or anything, but I definitely feel like I really gave some of these girls like a run for their money. Like
Yeah.
we
Talk your
can
stuff.
we can recall that UCLA game. No offense, Kiki Rice, but I'm just saying, like I felt like I was really like even Paige Becker's like the amount of people that I really picked up 94 feet and had to slow down
Mhm.
and like mess up their game, like getting in between, going over screens, getting hit by screens. Like
Yeah.
I really felt like I was
You
doing
challenge other
damage,
people.
especially in
Yeah.
the Big Ten as well. Like yeah, I felt like I was challenging everybody. Like you really had, like you said earlier, like you have to think. Like
Yeah.
I'm not about to let you get an easy bucket to the basket. Like no. So yeah, but I mean it's cool because next year, watch, you're gonna see what's gonna happen. Like y'all gonna know, like Kennedy Smith, like
Mhm.
all Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year, like whatever. That's what it's gonna have to
Period.
be.
This is a great transition because we talk about next year goals. So this is perfect.
Oh.
So obviously we have a major, or you guys have a major piece
Yeah.
that is out with the injury
Mhm.
with Juju. How are you approaching this season mentally and emotionally?
I'm approaching it as just pouring into the pot. Like
Mm.
I've been training like 5 times. Like I've been training so hard just to be more consistent. Last year I feel like I wasn't coming off ball screens as much, but I know this year like we gonna need somebody, like everybody gonna have to pick up their role because obviously it's not no like surprise or anything. Like Juju had a big
Yeah, for
role
sure, for
like in our
sure.
offense
Yeah.
and stuff of that nature. So like me, like the people coming in are all gonna have to like pour into everybody need to score. Like it's gonna
Mhm.
have to be distributed evenly. So just working on myself, being more consistent on the 3 ball, just stuff of that nature, being more aggressive, going to the basket. I feel like I settled a lot last year with the 3. So just doing more on my part that I want to improve on, and also just being consistent, like, and also knowing that like I'm not gonna be 8 for 8 every game. Like it's
Mhm.
okay to go 0 and 4 and then just keep shooting that. Like it's gonna go in eventually. Like you can't just like that's a mindset that I also need to work on. It's just like
Mhm.
if it don't go in, so what? Like
Right.
get the next, like get a stop on defense and get it back, like
Mhm.
stuff of that nature. So
Mhm.
yeah.
So what are some of the conversations, if you don't mind sharing, whatever you're
Mhm.
comfortable with, that you've had with the coaches for
Mhm.
this upcoming year for yourself?
Yeah, they basically said the same thing, just like having a bigger role than I had last year. Obviously, still having that defensive aspect, but still now pouring in more into that
Right.
offensive bag. So, the conversation has been, obviously getting the gym. That's what I've been doing,
Mhm.
and just having the confidence. That's one thing that I felt like I lacked last year was having confidence. So. Coach Will, Coach B, everybody, they have the confidence in me, and I have to have the
Mhm.
confidence in myself.
For sure.
So yeah.
Period. Love to hear that.
Mhm.
So obviously we had this past year a bunch of leaders and
Mhm.
veteran players
Yeah.
leave. So how do you anticipate your role being a leader, and what kind of leader do you want to be this year for the
Mhm.
team?
Yeah, so we have a couple returners, but obviously I think I'm the only starter like
Mhm.
returning
Mhm.
and like that's active to play. So I think I have a big role on my part with just like using my voice more, like
Yep.
being more leader, stepping up in drills, doing it. Have like people are gonna be asking me questions now. Like
Right,
so it's
right.
like even though I'm a sophomore, like I have to own up to that role
For
and
sure.
get our team ready, like kind of set the dynamic of how we want our team to be this year. So just having a bigger role in that aspect. Using my voice in practice. I know last year, like some days I would be quiet, some days I would be,
'Cause you could be.
yeah, like
Yeah. Now
exactly.
you
Now
yeah.
it's like I can't, like I
Mhm.
have to always, be talking in practice. Like it's no ifs, ands, or buts.
For
Like so
sure.
I have to, stay consistent
And
again.
you will be for sure.
Yeah.
So obviously we always talk about the highs and stuff of the season and
Mhm.
what we're gonna do when things are going well. But how are
Mhm.
you gonna lock back in or just refocus yourself when maybe things do get tough this season, or you know like you have a bigger role, right? So you have
Mhm.
more expectation for yourself. What are some things that you're already planning on doing, or that you want to be more mindful as you kind of
Mhm.
prepare for like just knowing that it's going to be a challenge for
Mhm.
sure.
I think more positive self-talk.
Ugh,
Um, that's something that I need
yes.
to work on.
Yes.
Um,
Change your life, bro.
yeah, it
Change your
really
life.
will help. Just being more positive and not as negative in situations. Like think about the good and not the bad. Like
Or the what ifs.
the what ifs, yeah, that's a big aspect too. So just, trying to remain calm,
hmm
remain humble, remain positive throughout this whole experience. Because at the end of the day, it's just life. Like it's gonna be ups, it's gonna be downs, but
Amen.
what are you gonna make of the moment? Like that's really
Facts.
how you have to live by. So that's kind of
Period.
how I'm going into this season.
So, what do you want people to say about Kennedy Smith at the end of the season?
Okay, I could do this one. I, I want people to say that I have like a dog mentality, that I'm more than just a defensive player, that I contribute on both offense. Like I want people to see me for more than just defense. Like, I want people to see me as a whole player, like what I bring, not just on the offensive end, not just on the defensive end, also the type of person I am. Like I want people to also to start getting to know me. That's why I started doing a little bit more content creating. Shout out to Dom because she really been
Hey,
on that.
she
Like
be
she
texting me, be like, "Hey, can you look at this real quick?" Like, I be like, you need to pick sex out," and I'm like, "No, it's
Yeah,
good. Like, you're actually
yeah.
good. Yeah, you're
So
really good
just
at it."
like people like actually getting to know Kennedy Smith and not just
Yep.
knowing me as like a basketball player or
hmm
defensive stopper. Like I want to be more than just that. So
Period. Because you are more than that. You're more than an athlete.
hello,
Hello.
hello.
Okay, last 3 questions. I have a
Okay.
segment called Locker Room Letters.
Oh gosh.
I know you didn't just. Y'all saw that? She just cheered. You're doing real good though.
Really?
Yes, you're
Thank
doing really good.
you.
Okay. Anyways, a little shoulder tap. Anyways, okay. So I'm asking you 3 questions.
Wait, what is it called? Locker
Locker room
room.
letters. So it's basically just like questions of self-reflection, right? Of your overall journey, right?
Okay.
So okay. So for the first question is, if you could write a letter to your younger version, the younger version of yourself, the girl just picking up the basketball for the first time, what would you want her to know today?
That's a good question, Nami. Did you come up with that with yourself?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, that's nice. I would probably say just love yourself. Like just love yourself. Um, do everything that you want to do. Be comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Mhm.
That's something that I say a lot. Just stepping out of your comfort zone. Like it's okay to make a mistake. It's life. And just keep doing you, girl.
Very good.
Yeah.
Okay, next question. What's something you never said out loud about your journey, but you wish more people understood?
Something I didn't say out loud about my journey. I don't know. Say the question again.
What's something you never said out loud about your journey, but wish more people understood?
I wish people knew that I'm just human and that I'm not always gonna be perfect. And I know like I said, like I listen a lot to like outside. Like I'm always in comments, like not something that I probably need to work on
Mm,
myself, but
mhm.
just like people need to understand like people really are affected by what people say on
Yep.
social media. Like I'm sorry that I didn't get that steal. I'm sorry that I didn't make that shot when you wanted me to make that shot. I'm sorry that I didn't get that rebound or
Right.
whatever.
I'm just
Like
human.
I'm just human. I'm just a girl.
She's just a girl.
Just a girl.
Just a girl. Okay, last question.
Okay,
You ready,
yeah.
then? So when you think about everything you sacrificed to get to where you are up
Mhm.
until this point, has it all been worth it?
Yes, I think it definitely has been worth it because I'm really happy with like the position that I am right now. Like I feel like growing up, like a lot happened. I had a lot of experience growing up. Like my mom was a single mother, so like even she had to make sacrifices, and that's like none of this would be possible without her as well.
Mhm.
Like so, just like I'm happy with where I'm at. Like this is a good journey to have. Like I feel like I have stories to tell. Like
Mhm.
and I'm just happy to be here and alive and breathing.
Amen. Well, Kennedy, thank you so much for joining on the Beyond the Jersey
Of
podcast. I really
course.
appreciate you. This was a great interview. You did amazing. Guys,
Really?
let's give it up for Kennedy. Air
Do the
claps.
sound effects like the
Oh, the fake
woo.
claps.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
But no, I appreciate you coming on. I think I always tell you this, but I think you definitely have a story and like you have a lot to say. You just
Mhm.
don't say much, but that's fine. I mean, you
Yeah.
said a lot today, which is great,
Yeah.
but
bro. I ain't say that.
I really feel like you're gonna have a great year, and I was telling the vlog that.
Excuse me.
Yo, what's wrong with you, bro?
I'm sorry. That was so mean. Okay, sorry. Continue. Yes, I hear you.
I was telling the vlog, my vlog. Shout out to my vlog. Go follow that. Dominique Alexis Stairs on YouTube.
What is your name? The
Dominique
Dominicers?
Alexis. Oh, Domination.
Domination.
I was telling the vlog, I was like saying how like excited I am for you this year, like just what you're gonna accomplish. And I feel like last year you had a great year, but this year you're gonna step into a major role, like you said. And I'm just excited to watch you and cheer you on
And vice
from
versa.
Syracuse. You know what I'm saying?
Vice
From
versa.
Syracuse,
Like,
yeah.
Nomi, you're about to do your big one out in Syracuse. Like,
Period.
even though, like, even like in practice, like you was giving us buckets. What y'all?
You heard
don't-
that? You got it on
She was
camera.
giving us buckets. Like she was making us better too. So
Facts.
don't get it twisted. Y'all gonna know Dominique name in about 6 months or whatever it may be. She about to do her big one in the ACC.
Yep.
Yeah. So all y'all better watch out. Like for real. Like she finna prove all y'all wrong for real.
But nah, bro, I really appreciate that, and I appreciate you. So yeah, that concludes the episode. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Hey, what it was, YouTube? Make sure you go Kennedy. Follow me on Instagram at Kennedy Nicole K3 and then EDYNICOLE. Also on YouTube and Twitter. So make sure y'all follow me and drop a comment on this video on what YouTube videos you want me to see, because I have officially retired, but I might come out of retirement if y'all drop some video name suggestions. So
Okay, well,
thank you for having me.
Yes, thank you for coming on. That wraps it up. All right, y'all heard it. Kennedy said it all. So appreciate y'all tuning in. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and see y'all next episode. Peace.
Bye.